For context, I grew up middle class. Mom was a waitress and worked nights. Father was a correctional officer and he worked nights as well. I have 2 sisters who are both older than me, one by 3 years and the other by 6. When I was getting older, my parents were starting to get more confident leaving me alone. My sisters were always having sleepovers with their friends. So by no choice of their own, they'd have no other option than to leave me by myself. It didn't bother me at all. I was pretty savvy at filling my time with something to do, like making duct tape weapons, swords, and nunchucks. That one was a mistake after I messed around and smacked my nuts with the damn things. One night when I was about 8, my father was leaving for work. Mother was already at work. Both sisters were spending the night at a friend's house. I was getting anxious, not because of anything bad, but I couldn't wait for him to leave so I could run around and search my sisters' rooms for cool shit. They always had some cool shit that I specifically couldn't touch. In particular, a Polaroid camera, which one of my sisters got. It wasn't one of the old ones that you'd see in movies. It was a smaller, rectangular one that would print these small pictures on top of some adhesive strip so you could stick it on your walls, notebooks, or binders. The thought of getting my hands on it was getting overwhelming. My father left at 10 p.m. I immediately ran up the stairs, grabbed this damn thing, and just started snapping away. The roll of film had about 5 in it. I ran around her room taking pictures until the roll ran out. These needed to be developed under light, so I ran downstairs and put them under the living room end table lamp, anxiously awaiting to see my amazing work. It took about 30 minutes for the film to develop. I ogled these pictures, amazed by the whole process. The feeling of snapping a photo, developing it, it was just a high in itself for me. I looked at each one, her bed, the wall again, the hallway to her room, the top of the staircase, down the staircase. I was in bliss, but I ran through the roll of film so the fun felt like it ran its course. I wasn't having it. So I ran back upstairs to scour her room for a new roll. 20 minutes of searching paid off. I found it. I reloaded it quickly and then gave myself an allotment of 8 photos so it wouldn't seem like I wasted her film. So I tried to make these 8 photos count. I won't go into details of each one, just the 3 that matter for the story's sake. The first photo was of the hallway. I peered through the lens and snapped away. The second was the top of the staircase. The third was looking down the staircase. I rushed down the stairs to snap the rest. I finish and get right to developing. The excitement was overwhelming. It was about 11:30 p.m. when the film was developed. I looked over each one, giddy at my work, until I got to the staircase. The photo looking down the staircase held something that scared the shit out of me. As I looked at the photo, I saw the figure of a man, no face, wearing all black, that I could vaguely make out clothes and a cigarette in its ear. I panicked and called my mom, who then told me to call the police. My mom has the picture. The cops did come. The phone call with my mom was so quick, she didn't even care what I did. I tried to deliver the whole thing as innocently as possible, but after I told her about this figure, she said, "Hang up and dial 911. Here's my problem. I had to walk down the stairs that this thing was on. There were only 2 ways to go up and down, and I was literally looking down the stairs as I snapped the photo. The fact that I didn't see anyone or walk past anyone or hear anyone messed me up. I'm like, how? My stairs at the time were already pretty old, so they squeaked from all of my 8-year-old 60 pounds. It would definitely have startled me hearing a full-sized person in my house going up the stairs. The picture itself is definitely something too. I can blame the camera, but I don't know, man. I was doing everything correct. You can definitely make out a person and most definitely a cigarette. The next time I visit my mother, I'll make another post of this photo. But anyway, the cops came. As a kid, I could tell they weren't taking me seriously. They showed up with smiles and asking a bunch of questions that made me think calling them was pointless. After the questions, they eventually searched the house and found nothing. While I was showing them the pictures, they tried to tell me the pictures were probably already in the camera and my sister took it of one of her friends or something. I'm like, no, first off, that's not how this thing works. And it's a brand new roll. I even took 2 pictures before I took one of this dude. So your theory is BS. Plus, my sister who owns the camera is like 12. She doesn't know any fully grown black figures that make no damn sounds. I was growing irate with them, truthfully, and I was getting even more scared because it felt like no one believed me. But my mom was rushing home and arrived after the search of the house. The police told her the whole thing, and they ended up leaving us. I spent the night with my mom, and she definitely believed me. After seeing the photo, she's like, "Okay, that's freaky," and tried to figure it out with her friends over the coming weeks ahead. My mom was goated, and every time people bring up their ghost stories, I call her up, even 21 years later, so we can tell this one. I'm not saying this was a ghost rather than some freaky shit. This wasn't a camera malfunction. Someone's in the house with me that I managed to walk past, not see, nor hear. Pretty trippy, honestly.